Hello everyone, so welcome back to our YouTube channel Testler Education Consultancy Services and आज हम आए हैं एक नई वीडियो लेके about the introduction of IELTS. So today I'll be explaining everything about the IELTS, क्या एग्ज़ाम होता है, किस टाइप का होता है, कैसे उसकी चेकिंग होती है, everything I'm going to explain in this video. So make sure to like and subscribe our channel as well. So before we move forward, let me tell you something about IELTS. Why do we take this exam? So basically this exam is all about English proficiency test. Now the question arises is, what is the full form of IELTS? So IELTS full form is International English Language Testing System, and this is basically a proficiency test which assesses your listening skills, reading skills, writing skills and speaking skills. So there are a few questions that everybody must be having in their mind regarding this IELTS exam. So I'm going to answer all those questions, so stay here. So first question is, what is IELTS? As I mentioned that it is a proficiency test which basically assess your ability to learn, to listen, to understand English, and how do you speak it, how do you interact with the other person. And this basically test is required to be given whenever you are thinking of moving to any English speaking country. Okay, if in case you're moving for some educational purpose, then there will be some different kind of IELTS test. But if you are moving for immigration purpose or maybe for job opportunities, employment opportunities, then in that case you will have to give some other kind of IELTS test. Everything I'm going to explain in this video. So our second question is, what it assesses? It assesses your ability to listen, read, write and speak. So basically IELTS क्या assess करता है कि whether you are able to listen to English spoken text or not, whether you are able to read English written text or not, whether you are able to speak it with the other person, whether you are able to conversate with the other person or not, or if you are able to write something about English or not. So if in case you are planning to move to abroad for any English speaking country, make sure you have this ability to listen, speak, read and write. So now we are going to move to our next question, which is how this exam can be taken. So this exam can be taken in these two types, whether it can be computer based or pen and paper. So it totally depends on a kind of, the ability you have to either for typing or for writing. If you are good in writing it manually on a piece of paper, then go for pen paper exam. But if your typing skills are very good and you feel like that हमारी typing बहुत अच्छी है, हम long time तक type कर सकते हैं, and we have this habit of typing it on a daily basis, then go for computer based exam. This is very much important to be considered whenever you are booking your exam. So computer based exam, in this case all 4 sections will be covered in one day only. That means you're listening, speaking, reading and writing. Everything will be there on one day. All the 4 sections will be covered on one day, and here in this case there will be some changes if I talk about pen and paper or computer based. I'll tell you after the explanation of this one. So pen and paper will be totally manual exam. In this case there will be 2 different segregation of the exam. One will be speaking and L, R and W, listening, reading and writing. So listening, reading and writing will be there on one day, but speaking will be there on some other day. It can be 3 days before your main exam or 3 days after your main exam. So what you need to do is you need to book your exam accordingly, whatever you want to go for. If you want to go for computer based, everything will be there in one go. But if in case you are moving for pen and paper, it will be segregated into 2 different days. Now the main thing is that computer based exam, in listening, you will be listening to the audio, answering the questions and tick mark on the right answer. Same in reading. In writing, you will be typing the answers, whether it is letter writing, graph writing, essay writing, whatever the question type is given. And then there is the speaking task. In this case, speaking task will be taken through video conferencing. So there will be an examiner who will be definitely sitting in front of you online, and you are supposed to answer all those questions whichever are being asked. So make sure your video quality should be good, your camera should be good and your headphones should be properly working. So everything you need to take care in this computer based exam. But in case of pen and paper, your speaking will be live. That means an examiner will be sitting in front of you and taking your personal interview. It will be totally different in pen paper based. It will be live, but here it will be online. So make sure you consider these things in your mind. So now we are moving to our fourth question. What are the types of this test? So this test is divided into two parts. One is general test, another one is academic test. So general test is for those students, those who are moving to abroad for immigration purpose, for some job opportunities or such kind of things. But if in case you are preferring to move to some English speaking country for some study purpose, maybe your graduation course or post graduation course, any diploma or anything, if you are going for any educational purpose, then in that case you will have to give academic exam. So make sure to choose whatever you want to go for. But there are two sections which are going to be slightly different from the other videos, from the other tiles. For example, if I talk about academic one, here reading will be slightly different and here writing will be slightly different. Same in this case. In general case, we get reading passages as we get in academic as well. But in general, we get approximately 5 passages. But in reading academic, we get 3 passages. So rest of the things I'll be explaining in our other videos, that how these are being segregated. Now the writing section, in general case, we get 2 tasks. Similarly, in academic also we get 2 tasks. But there is one thing which is different. In general, in task 1, we get letter writing. But in academic, we get graph writing. Task 2 is same in both the types, whether it is general or academic. Now our next question is, how are these exams checked or scored? So, if in case you are giving a pen paper exam, it will be checked by the examiners and you will get your result in approximately 13 days of all 4 sections together. But if I talk about computer based exam, in that case your writing and your speaking test will be checked by some other examiner, but reading and listening will be checked by AI itself, by computer itself, because these are only one word or short type answer questions. So you are not supposed to, think about it that whether these are going to be corrected or not. It will be definitely checked by AI itself or computer itself. But in case of writing and speaking, that will be checked by examiners. And again, in computer based, you get your result between 3 to 5 days. But in case of pen and paper, you will get your results in approximately 13 days after your attempting exam, after you have taken the exam. So that is it about the introduction of IELTS. I hope you must have found it helpful. Stay tuned for our such videos. Bye-bye.